Hello everyone, Sneaky Prayer here, and today we are going to look at how to master the weapons and your recoil within Battlefield 6. So let's get started. So as an example that I'm going to choose today is the TR7, and the reason of that is because I think if I show you guys a gameplay and just give you a guide on how to actually handle a weapon that has already a really hard recoil to handle, I think the TR7 is the best example, because the other weapons, the recoil on them aren't that difficult to handle in my own opinion. So that's why I think it's just best to showcase with the TR7. But before I do that, I just want to give you guys almost like a small guideline on what weapons are easy to use, what are like the medium, which are a little bit more challenging, that actually has a harder recoil pattern to learn, and then we have the hard ones, which are like the toughest recoil pattern, like the TR7 and the M277. So check this picture out and we'll go through it. So yeah, here we have the weapon difficulty guide that I've made. So the categories that I've chosen here are the assault rifles, the carbines, and the SMGs. I'm not covering the sniper rifles, DMRs, or shotguns. Also, I'm excluding the LMGs, except for one of them, which is the DRS IAR. And the reason I chose to not take the LMGs is because I think there still need to be some updates to be done with LMGs right now, because they are not at the same level as the other categories, except for DRS. The DRS right now, it's actually, I would say, one of the best weapons we have within the game. It's probably the best overall weapon that you can use in every game mode. So that's why I think DRS is something, if you're like a beginner, it's a super good weapon to use. And you want something that can actually challenge everything else. So DRS is the one to go there. But let's just go through this picture here that I'm created. So the easy weapons, you can see the list there, like the Cord has an assault rifle. I'm mentioning carbines, the AK-205, which barely has any recoil at all. And then on the SMG's part, we have the PW5A3 and the some other weapons there. The names of these are quite complicated in my opinion, but anyways, then you have the medium weapons, which, like I mentioned, they have a little bit harder recoil to handle, which is the NVO-228E. You have the M4A1, the SMGs, the KV9, and the SCW10. And then you have the harder weapons, which one of them is the one we're going to go through today, is the TR7. And then you have the carbine, which is M277. And the reason I've written SMGs as none, there's no hard handling weapon there, is because I think the SMGs right now, they are one of the most overpowered category that we have within the game right now. Remember, this is only my opinion, but I think they're pretty strong for what they are supposed to do, which is SMGs are supposed to be good at close and medium range, but there's the SCW10 and the KV9 are actually good at every range. So that's why I'm placing them as none on the hard weapons. There is no hard SMGs to use here. Anyways, so let's just get back to how you handle your recoil with the TR7, and I think you can adapt this to every category that we have. But that's why I wanted to focus on the TR7, because that's the hardest weapon to handle with the recoil, and let's go ahead with that. So let's start off with the loadout that I've chosen. Something I've learned during this period I've been playing Battlefield 6 is that there's one particular barrel that you actually want to use, which is the lightning suppressor. Lightning suppressor is really good to use. And the reason for that is because you have the reduced recoil buildup and improves recoil recovery at the cost of hipfire accuracy. What that means is when you ADS or just mainly just fire, you don't get that heavy kick that some weapons can introduce, and also you can easily tap fire also with this barrel. So that's why I recommend often on my weapon guides always have the lightness suppressor, because right now you're hidden from the minimap, you're hidden from the overall sight when you're firing your weapon, and that's something I'm just gonna recommend everyone to always use this because it's super strong. The other thing is with the bullet velocity. So the bullet velocity within Battlefield 6, I think it needs to be adjusted, because I've been trying to use the extended, but I think this is just a waste of points of using. And the reason is you don't actually notice the weapon, the bullet velocity in this game. It feels like everything is like, it's almost like everything has equal speed. It's rarely you can actually see the difference between these things. So that's why I just recommend use the basic one. There's no use to use something else there. So, and since this is something that's gonna be debatable, but I think for like a weapon like a TR7 that has actually really heavy recoil, I recommend using the classic vertical grip, and the reason for that is because it greatly reduces your recoil. But however, it actually punishes your movement speed and accuracy while aiming down sight. So that's the only downfall with this one. But the problem is with like a weapon like TR7, when it has like such a big kick, it's super hard to handle with other grips that you have within the game. So for example, you can see on the down right side where we have the ADS time is 250. Sometimes you want to ADS faster, so you use something like stubby grip. But the problem with the stubby grip, sure, it reduces your recoil, but not that much. And it gives you a faster transition to ADS, and also it removes the punishment that you get like a punishment with your accuracy while aiming down sight. So it doesn't have that. But it actually doesn't help that much for a weapon like a TR7. However, on other weapons like, let's just take for example let me see what we have. Yeah, let's just take M277 that I often use. Here it doesn't have equal big kick as the TR7, so that's why I managed to use stubby grip. I could go for the vertical grip, or actually no, I can't, because I'm using it for other points. So, and here you can actually see I use it for extended, because I've noticed on this weapon it actually works. So that's why I'm using stubby grip here. But on weapons that have a little bit easier recoil, I'll just go for the ribbed stubby grip. Otherwise, I go for the classic vertical grip here. And something to understand also with the TR7, it has the time to kill with the TR7 is probably the fastest we have in the game. It does, I think it was 33 damage at close quarters, but when you get long range, you get 27 and 25. So it actually does it does a lot of damage. Let's just say that. So that's why I only go for the 20 fast mag, because I don't need more bullets than that. It hammers everything. Standard bullets, you don't need to focus on the other ones. It's almost pointless to use any of these right now. They don't do anything at all. It doesn't help right now. They need to adjust that too. And I just go for whatever scope you like. This is like a preference thing more than like this is the best one. So this is all about preference, what you would like to use here. So with that away, let's just go ahead to the shooting range, and I will show you guys like how you can actually practice good with each weapon, and how to learn your recoil with each weapon that you have in the arsenal. Alright, so what I usually do when I start here at the shooting range is I always look to the wall to the left, aim here, and just hold down mouse 1. From here I can learn how the pattern works with every weapon. So for this example it's going to be the TR7 only. And here you can actually see it does have a quite linear recoil pattern at the start, but as soon I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After 7 bullets, it just goes away from everything. So it's not recommended to hold down mouse 1, but you can still learn this. I can showcase you guys on the left side here. See. So you can see there's still a big spread there, but it's a lot better handling. And the reason is because the first 7 bullets I just tried to hold down my mouse. It's going quite vertical, but like in the end I need to go down to the right side with my mouse. The reasoning for that is you can see the pattern actually just goes quite a lot horizontal to your left. That's why I need to hold down the mouse to the right, so like the opposite way. So yeah, that's basically how you can practice just handling your recoil. So let's just showcase you guys there. Oh, yeah, works perfect. So that's basically everything I do. Every time when I try to improve the way to control the recoil, I always use the shooting range as an example. First, try to learn the patterns of every weapon. Like each weapon has their different patterns. So let's just check another hard weapon to use, which is the M270. It actually has a quite big kick too. So let me showcase the recoil pattern on this one. So here you can spot quite a big difference between the TR7 and the M277, where the M277 has a much easier pattern to learn. So it doesn't have the major spread like the TR7 has. So from this, on this one, it also goes straight up vertical, and it should be a lot easier to handle when shooting things at shooting range. So redo that. Yeah. So a lot easier to handle, but the TR7 is the one we're going to showcase here. So, all right. With that on the way, I'm going to showcase you guys some gameplay with that I have with the TR7 and show you like how I just control the weapon when I try to fire at the enemies. And yeah, hope this guide helps you guys out quite a lot. And please leave a comment below if you have any questions, and also subscribe to the channel for more Battlefield content. So good luck with everything, and take care. So have a great day. Goodbye.
Sector and secure the AO. Enemy positions are ready to engage. Let's move. Move to attack the marked objective. tracking you outside the AO. Get back.
Contact! Hostile troops sighted!
All call signs, take the sector and keep pushing our attack. Objective marked. I need you to avoid the attack. Losing soldiers. Stay sharp. The enemy is taking objective Bravo. We are moving on objective Alpha. Our forces have neutralized Alpha.
Got the bears! Let's go!
Attack successful. We've taken the enemy sector.
Take out any remaining hostiles.
Here's your ammo!
This is it. This is our final push. Take this sector and the site is ours. We're on track to win this fight. Let's close it out. Be advised, our numbers have taken a hit.
Enemy down!